First, let me go to Hannah. Hannah, thank you for joining us on the program. Quickly share with us your organization's experience in dealing with people who are stranded at borders across different parts of Europe. Tell us, what is the situation?
Yes, thank you for inviting me. So we at ECCHR are an organization of lawyers. We are based in Europe and we work on issues of access to rights at EU borders here at the Migration Program. And we started working about 7 years ago on the Spanish-Moroccan land border because at the time it was one of the exceptions in the EU where you had a policy of pushback, so expulsions that are simply summary with no possibility to claim any rights, be it under international law, European Union law, or domestic law. And it seemed to us extremely surprising that the policy that had been in place for almost a decade had never been challenged in front of human rights courts. So we focused on that case, but after 5 years of litigating that case, unfortunately, the European Court of Human Rights gave reason to the Spanish state and announced sort of the legality of this practice that we still deem to be unlawful. And another unfortunate development is that Spain is no longer an exception, and that these practices of expelling people summarily with no access to rights whatsoever, with no possibility to even say their names, not even why they're there, where they come from, has become a practice and a policy that we see along all of the European states bordering the European Union.
Right, Hannah. Your organization specifically has been looking at especially people coming in from Sub-Saharan Africa, and you were much more, one of the press releases you released recently focused on the European Court of Human Rights and its position and how it's making things difficult, especially people at this Spanish border having access to justice, having access to the protection of the court. What is your organization doing to ensure that people coming in from Sub-Saharan Africa that are fleeing wars or persecution, stranded at the borders in Europe, do get justice and are not unnecessarily sent back?
We work with affected communities at borders to support those who want to take their cases to court. Unfortunately, because of the way the judicial system works, it's often that one cannot change the situation at the time when they're at the border, and it's rather once they've actually arrived and made it, generally not through safe ways, generally through their own sort of bodies and resources, that we are able to support them if they want to go to court. And we think that this is crucial because it is precisely because people are in an extreme state of vulnerability at the border that those questions never get addressed.
At the moment, do you have specific number of people that your organization is helping to secure either legal assistance or some kind of assistance to leave the border where they are and actually find some solace in Europe?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
What I'm saying is, do you have now specific number of people from Sub-Saharan Africa that your organization is helping to secure justice and find help?
We focus on strategic litigation, which means that we do not deal with many persons that we support in litigation, and it's rather really a few cases that we litigate until the end with the resources that we have, and we continue working with the affected communities that are at the Spanish-Moroccan border, or that were actually at the Spanish-Moroccan border, and continue to actively advocate for more rights for sub-Saharan migrants and refugees at the Spanish-Moroccan border. of which the situation has become much worse in Morocco, including.
What, in your view, is the reason why you have this very situation become very terrible, very bad for people fleeing wars and persecution in different borders, Spanish border, even Italian border in Europe?
I think there is a clear unwillingness from European states to take responsibility for refugees in the world. And it's an absolute disgrace when one sees the percentage of refugees that European countries actually deal with compared to the percentage of world wealth that those countries hold or the political power that they have. I cannot explain it to myself, actually. But there is a clear policy of externalization of that responsibility, be it politically, be it legally, be it in terms of border guard resources. So European states rely on cooperation partners outside of Europe to do their dirty work.
All right, Anna, I'm afraid this is how far we can go with you on the program. Thank you so much for your time today. Anna Hakiki is of the European Center for Constitutional and Human Rights. The European Center for Constitutional and Human Rights, ECCHR, is an independent, non-profit, non-governmental organization with the aim of enforcing human rights through legal means using litigation. And it tries to hold state and non-state actors responsible for serious abuses. Anna, thank you so much for joining us on the program today.
Thank you for your invitation. Thank you.